Some of your favorite characters in Bridgerton Season 4 didn't appear the way you might remember from the books. The show made subtle changes in who appears first when they enter the story, and how their personalities are introduced. These small shifts can completely change how we connect with them, and most fans might have missed them entirely. By looking closely at the character introductions, it's easy to see how the show added its own dramatic flair while staying true to the heart of the story. In the books, every character has a very clear entrance, often with detailed thoughts, dialogue, and reactions that set the stage for their role in the story. The show, however, took some creative liberties. For instance, certain characters who are introduced slowly in the book appear almost immediately on screen. This change is not just about saving time, but also about creating more visual drama. In the series, viewers meet characters at pivotal moments that give instant tension or curiosity, rather than waiting for the gradual reveal that readers experience. For example, a character who is minor in the book might be given a stronger introduction, standing in a grand ballroom or making a surprising entrance that demands attention. These adjustments help the audience connect faster, especially for those who may not be familiar with the original novels. Another shift is in the emotional tone during introductions. In the book, we often get internal thoughts, private observations, and subtle cues about how the character feels or what they are thinking. The show has to convey this without voiceovers for every character, so it relies on expressive body language, costume design, and dramatic gestures. A character who is shy in the book might appear more confident or bold on screen, giving them immediate presence. Conversely, some characters who seem outwardly confident in the novels are softened or given vulnerabilities when introduced, making them more sympathetic to the audience. These changes might feel small, but they set the tone for the entire season, influencing how viewers perceive the characters throughout the story. Timing is another area where the series differs. Certain interactions that happen later in the book are shifted earlier in the show to build tension or to highlight relationships sooner. This means viewers might meet two characters together for the first time in a scene that is earlier than in the novel. The writers often do this to foreshadow future conflicts or romantic connections, keeping the audience engaged while readers might be aware of the character dynamics slowly unfolding. TV audiences are drawn into immediate drama. By changing the introduction scenes, the show can make familiar characters feel fresh, while also weaving in hints about their arcs without needing to explain every background detail explicitly. Lastly, some characters are combined or slightly altered to make the story flow better visually. Minor family members or social figures might appear alongside main characters in the same introduction, whereas the book would introduce them separately. This helps maintain pacing and prevents the early episodes from feeling bogged down with too many faces at once. By merging introductions, the show ensures that the audience can follow the story more easily and focus on the main narrative threads. Even though these characters might appear differently from the books, their essence remains intact, allowing fans to recognize who they are while experiencing new perspectives. These thoughtful adjustments to character introductions demonstrate how this series balances loyalty to the books with the demands of visual storytelling, creating moments that feel surprising, exciting, and sometimes even more dramatic than what the novels initially presented. One of the biggest differences between Bridgerton Season 4 and the books lies in the way the story's timeline unfolds. In the novels, events happen in a careful, linear progression that allows readers to understand motivations, relationships, and consequences gradually. The show, however, shifts several key moments, sometimes moving them earlier or later than they appear in the books. These adjustments are not random. They are made to enhance tension, highlight drama, or give certain characters more screen time. At critical points, for example, a confrontation that happens halfway through the book might occur in the first few episodes on screen, immediately throwing the audience into a swirl of conflict. This creates a sense of urgency that keeps viewers glued to their seats, even if book readers are surprised by the early timing. Another change involves romantic developments. In the books, courtships often progress slowly, with subtle glances, careful dialogue, and private internal monologues revealing feelings over time. The series occasionally accelerates these developments, showing key moments of attraction or misunderstanding earlier than expected. This adjustment serves several purposes. It gives the audience early engagement with the romantic storyline, ensures that viewers understand the stakes quickly, and allows later episodes to focus on deeper drama rather than exposition. While some purists might feel that this diminishes the slow burn charm of the novels, it also creates a faster-paced, more visually dynamic narrative that works well for a television audience. Social events and family interactions are also reorganized. In the novels, balls, dinners, and social gatherings are spaced in a particular order to reflect seasonal changes and societal expectations. The show often condenses or rearranges these events to maintain narrative flow. A scene that occurs in late spring in the book might be presented as early summer on screen, simply to make certain character interactions more immediate and dramatic. These shifts can alter the perceived relationships between characters because timing affects reactions, misunderstandings, and alliances. By adjusting the timeline, the show creates a rhythm that is visually satisfying and emotionally engaging, even if it departs from the book's original structure. Conflict and tension are also impacted by these timeline changes. In the novels, misunderstandings or secrets are revealed at deliberate moments, allowing readers to build suspense alongside the characters. The series sometimes reveals these secrets sooner, or delays them to coincide with key plot points in other storylines. This juggling of timing ensures that multiple story threads remain engaging simultaneously, preventing the audience from losing interest. While this may seem like a small alteration, it significantly influences how viewers experience suspense, emotional payoff, and character development. Even minor events are affected. Simple interactions, like a shared glance or a whispered conversation, may occur in a different order on screen. These tiny adjustments can subtly shift the audience's perception of a character's intentions, loyalties, or emotional state. For instance, a character who appears hesitant or reserved in the book might seem more confident or assertive due to the earlier placement of a defining scene. Conversely, a character who shows strength in the book may appear vulnerable on screen if their moment of courage is moved later in the sequence. These timeline tweaks, while often subtle, are deliberate choices by the writers to shape the audience's understanding and emotional investment. Overall, the timeline adjustments in Season 4 demonstrate how the show balances fidelity to the source material with the demands of visual storytelling. By changing when events occur, the series creates heightened drama, maintains pacing, and ensures that the audience remains invested in multiple storylines at once. Fans who read the books might notice these shifts immediately, while casual viewers may simply enjoy the smoother, more engaging flow of the plot. Even though the timeline differs from the novels, the essence of the story, its romance, intrigue, and social dynamics remains intact, making the adaptation both familiar and refreshingly new at the same time. One of the most intriguing ways Bridgerton Season 4 diverges from the books is through the introduction of new relationships and the omission of others. The show takes creative liberties by highlighting certain connections that were either minor in the novels or completely absent. These changes are designed to make the story feel more interconnected and dynamic on screen. For instance, some friendships or romantic entanglements appear much earlier in the show than in the books, giving viewers immediate emotional stakes. By emphasizing these relationships upfront, the series ensures that audiences care deeply about character interactions and understand the tension between different social circles from the very beginning. This approach allows the show to build drama faster than the books, which often rely on slow-burning character development and internal monologues to convey the same depth of emotion. Conversely, the series also omits or minimizes certain relationships that the books emphasize minor family members, acquaintances, or romantic rivals may receive less attention on screen, sometimes disappearing entirely from the storyline. This is largely a practical choice. Television has limited time to explore every subplot, and giving too many minor characters screen time could dilute the main narrative. By selectively omitting these relationships, the writers focus on the core cast and the relationships that drive the season's central themes, while book readers might notice these absences. Casual viewers often see the story as more streamlined and easier to follow. The omission of certain connections also allows for more intense focus on key character arcs, giving them emotional weight and dramatic impact that might be harder to achieve if every book subplot were included. The show